Hello, so I just wanted to do a quick video training on how to host a proper Zoom call PBR. So our team is starting to utilize Zoom, which is a video conference, and so that way we can still get the live interaction across the nation and or even across the world, and it's been such a huge help for our team. When our leaders are traveling a lot or your presenters are traveling a lot, then we can still share the business in a very personal way, still have a conversation, see face to face your guests that you're sharing the business with. And there's just a couple housekeeping rules that we want to go over, because it's the same thing as a PBR, but there are a few things that you need to make sure of, and I want to go over that in this video. So a couple things prior to having them dial into the actual call, because if you're not familiar, for Zoom, I send out a link, and that link is specific to that meeting. It's not just like you could reuse that link over and over. I send a link and it's generated by that meeting that's about to be hosted. So I send it out 10 to 15 minutes before. But as you're inviting to the video conference, please have them do a couple things. One, download the app Zoom, Z-O-O-M, Zoom Cloud Meetings or something like that, either from their app store if they're going to dial in mobile, or on their computer if they just go to like zoom.com or something. If they just Google Zoom video conference, they can download it all on their computer. So by the time meeting time comes around, they're not messing with all this stuff. And then that way they can dial in early, make sure all their sound and camera is working, and we can get started on time. Because it drives me crazy and I get very anxious when someone has dialed in early, like 10 minutes early, and someone dialed in 10 minutes late. That's 20 minutes that first person who showed up, respected our time, is waiting, and we could have done the presentation in that time. And so we want to make sure that they're prepared. Also, your job as an inviter is to tell them, please, when the meeting starts tonight at 7:30, can you please make sure that you are in a quiet area, somewhere quiet with no distractions, because I don't want you to miss any of this information. It's very important. Yes, as the host of the Zoom call, I can actually go through and mute all participants, but I don't want to, because the way that I present, I make it a conversation, I'm interactive, and I like to not just talk at them. But if I just mute them all, sometimes I have to like say nod your head if you can, if you agree with this, and like they nod along. But it's just not as fun as hearing their voices and making it a conversation. And so if they're in a quiet place, not only can we do that, but they're also more focused on the information. And I understand some people have little ones, they have kids, all this stuff running around, but if you can at least say that, I think most people can block out 20 to 30 minutes of being in a quiet room with some good lighting. And so those are a couple things. So download it, find a quiet place. Now, if you haven't watched the PBR Essentials video, please watch that, because the intro and the opening and all the etiquette is still the same, but it's your job as a host to set the housekeeping rules. So a couple of those things means, yes, like opening, introducing yourself, being excited, and telling them why you got started in Kayani. But you also need to have posture when you say, everyone please take a second to silence your phone and turn it off. And do not even have it out for the next 30 minutes. Just because I don't want you to miss a word of this information, because this information changed my life. Right? And you have to have that kind of urgency, because it drives me crazy that they think that just because we're on video conference, like we still can't see them. This is video conference. It's not just conference call. And so when someone's on their phone, and even if they're searching Kayani, like I get it, but it's just a common courtesy thing, and it just don't do it. Especially you. If you are the host and you're on your phone, holy smokes, I will call you out. I will call you out so fast. And so I'll just be like, I'm sorry, do you want to do the presentation? Because if it's, again, and I said this in the PBR Essentials video, if it's not important enough for you to pay attention to, why should your guests? They are watching you, okay? So if you could just welcome the guests, be excited. Also, please introduce them to your host. So as they're coming on, then you can just say, John, this is my senior partner, Sarah. Sarah, this is my friend, John. We went to college together, and I'll just talk to them. And instead of sometimes someone who's new hosting Zoom for the first time for their PBR, they just kind of sit there awkwardly and smile, and then I have to reach out to their friend. I'm like, hi John, I'm Sarah, how are you? And we just start talking. But be a host, and also tell them to hold all questions till the end. But if you just, the biggest thing is the phones thing. That's the one that we've been having issues with. So you just tell them, please just do not even take out your phone for the next 30 minutes. This is incredibly important information that could change your life. And out of respect for our speaker who's here tonight taking time out of her busy schedule, please don't even look at your phone. I'm sure you can survive. but it's going to be worth it, I promise. So you need to speak with conviction and confidence like that so that you can be in control of the atmosphere and the energy in your PBR. But otherwise, I think those are the only things for Zoom calls. I just want to make a video so that we can have a set culture in our organization for when we're utilizing this great tool, but we just want to make sure that we make the most out of it. So, quiet area, make sure to download it before. I think that's all. If not, then I'll post on Diamond Dynasty any additional notes. And I hope that this helped, and we'll see you in the next training.